Hey guys, Travis here, Debtors Dirt Bikes. Sorry I haven't done a video in a while. I've been very busy with the shop. So today I want to talk about tires, how to choose what tire is best for you. Because let's face it, that's probably the most searched thing for dirt bikes, mountain bikes, trucks, is what tires is going to make me more confident, faster, you name it. But there's all kinds of different sizes, or all different types of pin designs. There's all kinds of different tires, and everyone says how wonderful they are. So out of all of my testing I've done, guys, on tires, whether it be dirt bikes, mountain bikes, or pickup trucks, I've narrowed it down to just like 4 or 5 key things. A lot of tires can have a lot of sales gimmicks behind them, and ultimately, yes, it does come down to your riding. There is no tire that's going to make you really hook up any better if you're not riding right. Sucks, but yeah, practice makes perfect. So, first thing is pin size. So that is the actual size of the pins themselves. So in general, the smaller the pin the tire, the more it likes to cut through dust and will easier go through loose terrain. The next is, and then of course the wider ones will give you more stability. So pin size, the gap between the sizes, between the pins, so like mud, if you do a lot of mud, wider gaps are going to create less packing, but tighter patterns can allow more traction, you got more surface area. And then next is the compound of the rubber. So softer rubber hooks up better, burns up faster, less stability. And then lastly, the other most important thing when it comes to tires is the carcass. The carcass is how strong this tire is. So harder the carcass, the more stable it's gonna be. The softer the carcass, the more traction you're gonna get. So those are the 4 biggest things, guys, when you're looking at tires: is pin size, the gaps between the pins, the compound of the rubber, and then the carcass of the tire. So when it comes to dirt bikes, the VE33S is my favorite off-road tire for the rear dirt bikes because I have a softer compound for better traction, but I do go at fairly high speeds as well on my dirt bike as well. So the smaller pins like the Gakotas, the IVC, something like that. They're like the Shinkos. The Shinko 525 is a better example. Small pin, soft compound, good traction, less stability. This gives me actually quite a bit of stability with how large the pins are. But the larger pins, I don't cut through that dust and slop as well. Carcass. I like how strong the carcass is on this. I like the harder carcass because of stability. But the nice thing about a lot of these hybrid tires, guys, is they will have a softer carcass in here with a strong sidewall on the sides. That's why when hard enduro riders use the Trials tires, it's really only good for hard packed surfaces. It's, in my opinion, not a good choice of a dirt bike tire at all. Because if you go any kind of mud, you're just gonna be slipping. If you go in any kind of snow, you're gonna be just slipping. You're not gonna hook up at all. Okay, so now back to the question, how do you choose the best tire for you? So it really depends on where you're riding, and obviously what type of terrain and what kind of speeds you're running as well. So the best way to answer that question is choose a tire that is like the 80 to 90% rule of how much of one type of terrain are you riding on where you're at. Because if you're covering a lot of ground, the terrain's gonna be hard pack. It's gonna be mud and slop. It's gonna be sand. It's gonna be rock. You're gonna conquer a lot of ground. So that's why for me, I choose a tire that does good in general areas. And the best thing is just to try it. And the hardest thing about tires when choosing which one actually feels better or not is, guys, it's super inconsistent. Every weekend you go ride, you're in a different mood, and then it's gonna be a different temperature, This is gonna be the ground is gonna be either wetter or drier or softer from other people blowing it out, or it just got nicely packed down for you. So honestly, it comes down to that. If you're more in the mud and slop, yeah, soft carcass, soft compound, lots of small treads. If you're running more desert, more of the faster, drier, soft conditions, yeah, you want a harder compound, a harder carcass with a wider sights to help punch through that sand. That's another thing, guys, is this tire, just the VE33S, it just does so good everywhere because you have wide gaps for the mud, you have big patterns for good stability, and then you have the soft compound to still allow you to hook up on the rocks. So honestly, guys, it does good everywhere. Don't expect it to last forever. If you want traction, it comes with a price tag. You know, unfortunately, you can't have both. So hopefully that kind of helps and narrowed it down a bit. But guys, honestly, just buy a tire. If you see other guys riding it, sure, try it. Because let's face it, we're all out riding to have fun.